Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. Hey, good night, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Cardboard Cave. Last week, think that we didn't do the episode, or we did, but oh wait, we did, but it was late. But I don't remember. that's how crazy I'm tonight. But tonight we will give you more spoilers of Neon Dynasty, but it will not only be like from the set. We're only gonna be presenting one of the new rares that I think is the one and only rare that it's left. And then from there, we're going to go ahead talk about the Neon Dynasty Commanders. Wizard of the Coast, kind of weird ass, I don't know, land issue, mistake, whatever you guys want to call it. And as well, some little promos that we won't be getting because there are only for a certain region in our great little world. So let's go ahead and present our host tonight. Orengo is not going to be in. I think he is with 15 and Rich Sports in Cine Nerds, if I'm not mistaken. But at least we have the rest of the gang here. So here, the one and only, the master of the dark arts, like I always mention, the one and only JP.
Uh,
Hey, then
we like last time we had a really long one. It was like 2 hours.
oh
and
yeah,
40
right,
minutes.
yeah. Last week we did the whole,
The whole
almost
spoilers,
the whole spoiler. Yeah,
we missed one. We're gonna cover this.
exactly. And then we have the crazy hair dude that we love always, and as well we starting the live right now at 9 due to that he has some things to do, but it's fine because we're gonna still give you content, guys. We're still gonna give you content. So here we go. We got the one and only Chris.
Sup, my dudes? Que lag.
Hey, what's up? So guys, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty has been bringing a lot of great cards, and a lot of people are going crazy in TCG player buying foils as well because of one commander.
Yep.
Right now, let's just put in perspective. We'll talk about some pricing when we get to that topic. Well, let's go ahead and present our final rare in the set. It's called Eater of Virtue. It's a legendary artifact equipment. It costs 1 mana. Whenever equipped creature dies, exile it. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. As long as a card exiled with Eater of Virtue has flying, equipped creature has flying. The same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, protection, reach, trample, and vigilance. And the equip is 1.
So,
But legend has it that if you turn it around, it has more keywords.
I guess, right?
I have something very, very interesting to talk about this. They decided to add protection back. It is a keyword that's not been used for a while, and they've been avoiding using it, especially for standard, because it's a problematic keyword. I don't think there is a specific card in standard right now that has protection from a color or protection from something specifically, but this is very like this is like it has commander or any other other formats in mind.
Isn't that green card I think it's an instant? Doesn't it give your spells protection from blue and black,
Hexproof.
if I'm not mistaken?
Hexproof.
Oh, it's hexproof. It's hexproof. Okay.
It's your permanent hexproof.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that there's some cards around that do give your creatures like protection until the end of the turn. So now I'm wondering if you give your creature protection until the end of the turn and then exile it with Eater of Virtue, whether by sacrificing it or because it died due to something else. Does this mean that the protection is going to stick on Eater of Virtue?
as long as a card exiled with has the effect. So the card has to
Mm,
have the effect while exiled.
So that means that
I
if
see.
we have something exiled with Eater of Virtue, you have all the goodies.
Hmm. I think we could also consider the possibility of there being uncommons that haven't been spoiled in the set that might, or I don't know if they've already
Oh,
like spoiled all the
it's
uncommons too, like
commons. It's commons. Yeah, all
commons.
Yeah,
everything.
I think the
Yeah,
set. I think the set has been completely spoiled
yeah.
already.
Last Friday,
Yeah,
basically.
302.
Yeah. So I guess we could maybe some uncommons, or maybe like JP said, some commons that might have protection,
I
possibly.
don't think so. I don't think so at
Or
all.
it might also be able
They
to, in the case
like
of
as
like
a
standard, I guess not standard, my bad, alchemy, or like
uh,
historic that do have cards that have like protection from black and white, for example.
Wizards of the Coast has explicitly said that they do not want to have protection in standard. So I don't think there's a like if there is, then it either slipped up and sneaked in, or they've changed their mind. But
But
generally speaking, protection is a problematic system.
when did they say
Hexproof.
that? I don't recall like
When
when they said it.
hexproof, when hexproof from a specific color started being a thing,
Hmm.
because
Okay,
hexproof from a
so yeah,
color
so
is
that wasn't too
different.
long ago.
That's like Dominaria.
Yeah, yeah, because I no, actually in Dominaria, there were cards that still had protection. No, or am I
Yes,
just confusing it
but,
with like the
but like
hexproof one?
Knight of Malice and Knight
Mhm.
of Justice or whatever, like the opposites. Yeah, one
Mhm.
had hexproof from black and one had hexproof from white.
Hmm.
That's when it started.
Interesting.
Because later on they printed cards that do give protection, but for other formats, not standard.
Yeah, but there's also like the
Hmm.
owl seed. The owl seed gives you protection from colors,
See,
and
that's an exception right there.
I'm pretty sure that there's another card that I'm currently just like missing in my brain, probably also white, that does give you protection that I've seen in standard like once or twice. So not a
Hmm.
lot of people are actually running it, so I don't think it's going to be that
All I know
relevant.
is that they've been avoiding it because
Mhm.
it is a problematic system.
Yeah.
I imagine why, because if you have that type of like protection of this or protection of that in standard, it can be a big pain in
Not just
terms
that,
of like
it is kind
metagame.
of confusing for some players too. Like it's literally impossible for you to get confused, sort of, in arena, I suppose. But like in paper, like some people don't entirely grasp the concept of protection because it's just really not that common.
Like,
So, for example,
just like today, I had Osgear out
Hmm.
and I had Mother of Runes. I tap Mother of Runes to give it protection from blue. Then I untap her and tap her to give it Osgear protection from white. And my opponent was playing a blue white deck and he kept trying to target my Osgear. It's like, no, you can't. He's untargetable by your stuff.
yep,
That's true.
And
it's
also
very
protection lets you just
That's
swing in
completely
for
true.
free,
I
yeah,
basically.
lets you swing in for free. It's
yeah,
insane.
exactly.
Being able to just
Okay, so
attach a
we got
protection
Eater.
like thing on a creature like that is kind of insane.
Eater.
So
Here is some nifty cards that are going to be available only in Asia for the MTG leagues. Because it's the year of the tiger, so there are going
Ooh, John froze up. Did you freeze up too?
no,
Oh,
John,
okay.
Oh, there we go.
no,
No,
John. Okay, there
I'm
we
Oh,
go.
back.
Okay.
John.
I'm back. Okay, so I don't know where I left off, but very quick and easy. So specific league cards, if you guys remembered back in the day, back in yeah, I could say back in the day, Magic the Gathering, for every set, they would have a league, and that league is that you would buy. I think it was 2 booster packs or 3. You would
Hmm.
do a deck, and then for every week you would add another booster pack, like that you can build your little league deck. And then I think it's if I'm not mistaken, the league would run for 2 months, and you would get a promo or
Yeah.
something like that. I really don't remember how the league was, but So in Asia, celebrating the Year of the Tiger, they're going to be reprinting Timber Sabertooth. This is the art, the new art. They're going to be reprinting Harold's Horn.
Wow, that
They're
looks
going
really
to be
good.
reprinting Yuriko the Tiger's Shadow. Here she is
A shadow
with
tiger
her
behind.
with a shadow tiger. They're
Appropriate.
going to be reprinting Snapdax Apex of the Hunt.
Yes.
They're going to be reprinting today. I can't read the rest, but let me
Wow,
see. I think
he
that's the
looks
last card. Yeah,
ultra chunk and strong. Look at that. Jeez.
yeah. It's really cool because this is like the only card that they did like full art,
Is
no
it
Yeah.
Jedit
text.
or Janin?
Because the only thing it has
I
is like
think it's
flavor
Jetted.
text. Kind of like that they just
Or
said screw
Janin?
it, exclude the flavor text and just go for
You
like the
think
full
it's
art.
Janin? That's a
Or
D.
Janin? Oh,
Oh, you mean the second one? Oh, my bad.
Jedit
Oh, Janin. It's
or
a two
Janin?
white and a blue for 4. Jesus, it's a big creature.
7 mana for a 5/5.
Yep,
No abilities.
no abilities.
Magic
That's
the
what
way
you
it's
get.
supposed to be played.
So these cards again, for us, they won't be available. But I imagine that any LGS store in Asia will sell this in the third party market. Let it be TCG Player, Card Kingdom, or Channel Fireball, or maybe
Oh yeah, I definitely
John,
expect prices
no.
for these cards to already be available if we go into TCG. Which actually, while John
John,
unstucks himself, I'm gonna go
yeah.
check that out real quick.
I
So
don't think these aren't available yet. So
they're not available yet, but you know how TCG Player is.
am I stuck
Start with
again?
Team or Sabretooth. Yeah,
no,
you got
you're there.
stuck
You're
there for a
there.
second.
Like you got
Oh,
stuck, but now
okay,
you're back. You're back.
I'm back. Okay, yeah, I don't know why the internet was working so
Okay, yeah, we
fine
don't we
today.
do not have the thing available yet, which is honestly kind of surprising.
Okay, so let's go ahead talk about these. Let's talk about on February 18. That's next week.
Yep.
Yeah, that's next week. Next week, Friday. Next week,
Yes,
damn it.
sir.
So next week, Friday, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty released in stores worldwide, and with it, 2 new Commander decks. So that means that this weekend is the pre-release, if I'm not mistaken. So you
You are
guys can go
correct.
to
Yeah,
your local you guys can go to your local game stores and acquire your
Kamigawa
pre-release decks.
Commanders.
Yes, exactly. And give me a second because if I'm not mistaken, I think Capitan Granuja does have a special the with the pre-release kits. Give me 1 second, like
Ooh.
that. I can go ahead and
They usually always give us like 2 boosters along with the pre-release kit when we purchase one,
yeah. The 2 boosters
regardless if
it
you're
comes
playing in
from
the
it
tournament or
comes
not.
from Wizard of the Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me see. I know I saw their post. They did post it recently. Here we go. Oh shit. Okay. So pre-release kits are being sold for $30. They include 6 booster packs, 1 promo foil stamp, 1 deck box, 1 D20 spin down die, a code for arena plus 2 set booster packs for
Two
free.
set booster packs.
2 set booster packs. Um, and then if you're going to participate in the tournament, those 2 booster packs. Uh, okay, if you participate in the tournament, instead of they giving you the 2 booster packs, they will be putting them in the poll. So that's not bad at all. I know that they had something here that if you buy a certain amount of kits, I think that they don't have that there. Okay, so for prices, draft booster boxes with the buy a box promo is 120. Set booster boxes will be 125 with the buy a box promo. Commanders will be for $40. You can pick between Buckle Up or Upgrade Unleash. There are the ones that are right there in display for $40 each. I imagine that they do have a price for both of them. It's not set here in their post. And as well, if you're interested in the collector booster box, is $244.99, and it includes a buy a box promo as well. So if you guys are interested, they do send to Puerto Rico and USA. So you guys can just go ahead, go to Capitan Granuja Comics and Games on their Facebook page, and you will go ahead and check their products for Neon and Dynasty. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about these gorgeous commanders. Obviously, let's go ahead and talk about Buckle Up. It's the one that it's on fire. So our commander is Kotori, Pilot Prodigy. We did speak about her already. Legendary creature, Moonfolk Pilot, is blue, white, and one. With vehicles you control have crew two. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance until end of turn. And then the pretty deck list.
So this deck list includes all the cards that are being reprinted, and on the other section is the new cards, which we have another page to cover them. So let's start
Yes,
with the reprints.
let's start with the reprints. Correcto Mundo.
This one
So-
actually, it's like this one brings a planeswalker, while the other one doesn't.
Go ahead, put it big. We got Jace, the Architect of Thought.
Yes.
Out of out of the reprints on the creature base, anything catches your eyes on it?
I just
There's
gotta
one
Spear
say,
Hulk, I think Indomitable Angel is also a reprint. SRAM, very
Yeah,
good.
no,
Shroud.
everything's a reprint here.
Yeah,
Remember,
everything is
only
reprinted,
the other
Shara.
section is the new cards.
Emery,
Oh, I see, I see. Ooh,
Emery,
yeah.
Ethereum Sculptor,
Emery is insane. Master of
Master of
Ethereum.
Ethereum,
Nice.
Riddlesmith,
I love it.
Psy Master
Shimmermere.
Thopterus.
I can literally rebuild Joyra just by purchasing this deck alone. Wow.
Yeah, you get all the blue cards and all and remove all the white cards and keep all the artifacts.
Yep. That's insane.
It
This is
includes
great.
Dance of the Mans. This is
Yes.
how
Yeah, so
stupid this commander is.
while Chris got here, I was talking with John, and there's like Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, amazing card. Indomitable Archangel, great card. Stram, Teshar, Emery, Sai, great cards for artifact like synergies.
Actually,
We-
what I do like about the fact that they include all of these legendary cards is that they're all great commanders to like build from. So that alone is like great value of this deck.
Yes. Shimmermere is always really good. Solemn Simulacrum. Dispatch is and Swords to Plowshares. It keeps getting reprinted, so it'll always stay low and cheap.
And this is good.
It brings and this is what really got me. It brings Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, Smuggler's Copter, and the Weatherlight.
Yes. All of the good cards, all of the good vehicles from that era.
And we were
Great.
talking about like a lot of these cards are like really cheap, but like
Yes.
the Weatherlight specifically was really
It's
weird
so
because
good.
I
Let's
saw
talk
it
about
spike,
the Weatherlight.
but I saw it spike, but apparently I didn't see it spike. I saw another like something way different.
So Weatherlight right now in TCG player, non-foil, you can find it for like $2. Foil right now, normal foil, no pre-release. Normal foil, it'll cost you, the cheapest one right now is $7.99.
Well,
From
that's
there
insane.
is $10 or higher. But there's the interesting part. Normally, pre-release cards depending on the card, it's the price because not everybody likes not all players like the little
The
dates
stamp.
on the
Yeah.
corner, the stamp. But Weatherlight pre-release foil is at $80 to $90. Pre-release foil.
It's just really weird. It's just specifically that card.
Exactly. And then
$80.
the Sky Sovereign right now you can find it as well for like around $1 or $2, but foil is already ranking up to $10 or higher.
That's insane.
So it is. So the we talked about the mana base.
Oh.
We have Port Town, Prairie Stream, Sky Cloud Expanse, obviously Spire of Industry, Temple of Enlightenment, and obviously the normal 14 plains and 14 islands.
Oh, do they come in that art, or is that just
No,
they don't-
no, these
that's
are just
that's just the most recent art that they've released, and thus
Mhm.
the gatherer automatically displays it as that.
Oh, garbage!
But
I
man,
want full arts of my commanders. Damn it, we
I
deserve it.
wish they would use better
That's the
lands.
next step, Wizards.
They
Yeah.
just need better lands. Like, being honest, I thought this was gonna be like the Kaldheim commanders. Remember that
Garbage.
Kaldheim commanders were like $20.
Yeah,
This is $40.
yeah.
No.
Other than the blue white one, because I have the new cards, and just looking at the reprints, I don't really see the value there. It's
Yeah.
just the new cards.
Mhm. The
Yeah,
new cards
I-
are what's going to give this
true.
value in any case.
This is a lot, but like this is a lot of reprints that are all very cheap. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dirt cheap.
There's not a single card there that I thought it was like. I thought it was like the vehicles would have spiked, and they probably
Yeah.
did spike, and then they went down once the list got released.
Yeah.
Probably not, because even when the list was not out, the vehicles non-foil versions were still at a good price, very cheap. So probably when this comes out, maybe the ones that are not listed, vehicles that are not listed here. Either way, Wizard of the Coast, if they wanted at least some of these cards to go up in price, they shouldn't be in the list.
No, they clearly don't want these cards to go up in price. It's
Yeah.
exactly why they put all of them in there, because a lot of these cards are just cards that people would have straight up definitely have considered buying, especially including the Weatherlight, the Smuggler's Copter, and the Sky Sovereign console
Mhm.
flagship.
Looter
So
Scooter
that-
needed to be in.
Exactly. So automatically you include those three cards in there, and this is like a clear sign that Wizards was like, oh no, we're not letting the secondary market get away with this one. We got
Yeah.
this one for once. And I'm not entirely bothered, because this is nice. I mean, we're getting some good cards
It
in our
could have
Commander
added
Bring
more
Back.
value.
Yes,
I would have
I agree.
removed the
But
Sky
honestly,
Cloud
they could have
Expanse.
just added all of the value in the lands. I mean,
Mhm.
there's still 14 of each basic in there.
That's
It could have
a
like-
lot of basics.
It could have been 13 of each basic, and at least just put in two more lands, and maybe it would have been, I don't know, just a little better.
No, yeah, I would have
It
posted
doesn't have to be a damn
the-
fetch land, but come on, you know?
Oh, I would have gotten the Amket land, the cycling land.
Mhm.
I would have added it in the 35.
Not just that,
35
you know what I think they should have done? Like, there's already a commander that had some blue-white lands. Like, at this point, they should just what's the name? Like, they should just standardize that if the commander, if you have printed these dual lands in a previous commander product, and the next deck that you're printing out uses those same lands, just print them there as well. You know? Like, there's no need to just divide them in between different commander products, because at the end of the day, no one's going to buy a commander product from the Forgotten Realms, because that's where the last set of these of some of Zorius lands got printed, if I'm not mistaken.
You're forgetting
just-
the Spirit Commander.
Yeah, the spirit commander
Oh,
from
Let's
yeah, that
actually
is
look.
true. Yeah, let's actually take a
Crimson
look at.
Crimson Vow Commanders.
yeah,
Just
go
stay on this
ahead.
page just to give it a quick
Just to get
comparison.
okay, you got Exotic Orchard,
Mm-hmm.
Morlon Hunt, which is spirit specific, Port Town, Prairie Stream, Sky Shroud Expanse, Temple of Enlightenment,
Sky Cloud or Sky
Azor-
Shroud?
Sky Cloud,
Okay, just making sure.
Temple of Enlightenment, Azorius Chancery,
And that's where it's all
Command
goes to shit.
Tower, Myriad Landscape, Path of
It's one of my
Ancestry,
favorite ones right there.
Temple of the False God, Unclaimed Territory, 12 Plains, 11 Islands.
I think that's a much better ratio for the basic lands. Taking
I
two
mean,
off and
yeah,
just putting two more lands that are just useful for the deck
Mm-hmm.
archetype would have been great. Honestly, I would have had no complaints at that point.
you could have added. They could have added Buried Ruin. It's dirt cheap. It searches for. It's like it brings back artifacts. Could have added. You're in artifacts. Add the Dark Steel
On
Citadel,
artifact land.
an
Mhm.
artifact land. Add the one.
Yeah.
Add the point one
The
and
dual
the blue
artifact
one
land.
and
Yeah,
the dual artifact land. The new one that came out in
they're
Modern
all
Horizons
dirt cheap.
2.
Dirt
They're
cheap.
all dirt cheap.
Yep.
And have added value, like a value, or at least
Hell,
you know,
they could have put in like the slow fetches. I mean,
they haven't been
Yeah, the
reprinted.
ones, the ones that come
they
in
did get
tap.
reprinted. Yeah, they did get
Yeah, they.
reprinted.
I
Not
think they did.
super recently, but a lot of them did.
Not all colors have access to them. Like there's only 5 of them, not 10.
It's exactly why they should make
No,
some
I'm not
new
sure
ones
if
for
these
Commander. They're slow fetches, man. Be great. It'd be great. I think, in my opinion, it'd be super healthy for the format, especially for players that are just starting out and that can like
Mhm.
learn these interactions. Because, um, I'm not a fan of having like a bunch of weak cards in your commander product. Definitely. However, if with the slow fetches, you essentially give your players tools of knowing like, hey, this is an interaction that you can do. You can do a spicier version of this later. You know, and I like that whole concept, having like an underpowered version of something that higher tier decks usually tend to do, like fetching for lands and stuff like that. I don't know. It helps a lot of people learn, and there's been a lot of emphasis as of late in our local community on how to teach people to play Magic because we've been getting a lot of new players over at the store. Just like in this past month alone, we've gotten like 4 new players, JP, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Oh, sure, right. You like came down from your place like not too long ago, but yeah, we've gotten like 4 new players this month. We just added 2 new players to the WhatsApp commander chat, and I love to see the community grow. And these decks, especially with like this timing, were a fantastic opportunity to like teach these people about the game. But I don't know. I feel like they could have given us a bit more tools in that
Yeah,
sense. I feel like the beginning of
that's
the
true.
year, like every other company, like the beginning of the year, January and February are like the heights of like where people just start buying product, and that is the perfect moment in the year, at least in my very personal opinion, I suppose, to release product that's geared toward bringing in and teaching new players what you can do with these decks.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. So let's go ahead and look at the cards that are listed, but we can't see them.
Sad.
So first one here is Shorikai Genesis Engine. We spoke
Commander of the
about
deck.
this before, but let's go ahead and read it one more time. So it's two and white blue, legendary artifact vehicle. This is the other commander that comes in. So it has an ability that says pay 1, tap, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. And then from when you do that, create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. Has crew 8. And then obviously the text that says Shotokai engine, Genesis engine can be your commander, and it's an 8/8. I love this card. That's going to be my commander.
Fantastic.
It's a combo engine.
Yes. Next card is released to memory. White and 3. Instant. Exile target opponent's graveyard. For each creature spell exiled this way, create a 1/1 colorless spirit token.
Nice. This is good graveyard hit actually. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not premium graveyard hit, but it's interesting and
I
white.
feel like it's not premium graveyard hate in this deck. I mean, I think that
For a
there's like
spirit deck.
a yeah, like if they would have put this in the spirit deck and then just give you like an artifact version of this for this deck, I think it would have been better. I guess it's kind of good
That's I
because you can
heard
just kind of release the memory and crew Shorikai, for example.
that's very interesting to say because maybe this was designed for that deck, but they didn't want to add it.
I see
There's
I
a
see
good
where you're
point.
going.
Yeah.
I'm
That's a
picking up
good
what
point.
you're putting down.
Okay, next card is called Resurge Thief. It's 1 blue and 4. Artifact creature Moonfolk Wizard. Has flash, flying. Whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and it's a 3/3.
And it flashes in with flying.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. It's underpowered. It should have let me draw. It's research thief. It should have let me draw from my opponent's deck. It's my verdict.
Our next card is Organic Extinction. Is 8 and white sorcery with improvise. Improvise is a mechanic that says your artifacts can help cast this spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities, pay for 1. So it says destroy all non-artifact creatures.
So good. I love it.
Yes, I love it.
It's,
I
it's,
love it.
it's good. It's
I
the mana cost hurts me, but it's good.
Okay. I have
JP, tell me.
the next one.
You have the next one?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's nice to say. It's Kappa Cannoneer. An artifact creature turtle warrior. It has improvise, it has ward 4, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1 counter on Kappa Cannoneer, and it can't be blocked this turn.
Spicy.
It's
I
just
like
nice.
it.
I don't know.
Adorable.
Kappa.
I love it.
The next card is Iron Soul Enforcer, 4 and a white. Artifact creature human samurai. It's a 4/4. Whenever Iron Soul Enforcer or a commander you control attacks alone, return target card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Target
Now this is
artifact
interesting.
card.
Yeah,
Target artifact card.
yeah, target
Specific.
artifact.
This card looks much more better in JP's commander.
It works in my commander, but also it's very interesting how like the sisters Yamazaki, like the one of the Yamazaki sisters, brings back artifacts, and the other one brings back enchantments, and this one just is very similar to the artifact the one that brings artifact.
No.
And in terms of design space up for the same set, I think it's kind of lackluster.
Okay.
I see.
Next card is Cyberdrive Awakener, 5 and a blue, 4/4 artifact creature construct. Flying, other artifact creatures you control have flying. When Cyberdrive Awakener enters the battlefield until end of turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power 4/4, base power and toughness 4/4. That is interesting. That's a win condition. You just play that
Yep.
and make all your mana rocks 4/4s and swing in, and they have flying.
Yep.
That is
Yes,
very interesting.
sir.
I like the next card because the next card is whatchamacallit card?
A counter
The
spell.
no the yeah, because it's the count. This one is the same exact counter spell, but instead of giving you treasures, it gives you
Yeah.
Thopters.
I don't like
Same
that.
mana value and everything.
Yeah.
It
Access
counter-targets-
denied. Access
Pretty
denied. So counter target spell. Create X/1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying, where X is the spell's mana value.
And up next, we got my favorite card right now.
This
which
is
is
this card. This is one of the
The
strongest.
the
cards.
the Among Us mech, the imposter mech, comes down for 1 and a blue. It's an artifact vehicle. and you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature an opponent controls, except it's a vehicle artifact with crew. I think it's 3 or 5. I can't remember. 3,
3.
and loses all other card types.
This is the strongest card in the set right now.
Insane. That crew 3 alone is insane. You just crew 3 like on anything that you copy. Like screw that. It's just you get to copy something. You get to copy someone's
Yes,
boring
exactly.
flex.
You
You get to you get to copy like someone's anything. It's just
it's the ability to copy. That's what makes it broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Insane.
the strongest card in the set. In
The
my
the
opinion.
bad part is that it loses all the other. Oh wait, it loses all other
all
card
the
types.
card types, not its abilities.
Oh, Ulamog.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
10-10 in
Just-
your face.
You just copy
Mill 20.
whatever you need to. It's insane.
Okay, so we have a question from Lazy Boy. What does crew do?
So
Who wants to answer?
Crew is essentially the ability to make the artifact that has crew into a creature by most literally crewing it with one of your like non-vehicle creatures that are on, well, not non-vehicle, just with a creature on the battlefield, because you could theoretically, well, that's another thing. Point is, crew, you have to tap your creature and it crews that vehicle. You can literally just look at it exactly that way, like you're tapping your creature so that it can like get inside of, like, you know, in this case the mech or the ship or whatever, and now it's a creature that can do all the creaturey things like swing at your opponent's face.
But
one of the
meanwhile,
cool
it's not crude. It is not a creature. It is an
Correct.
artifact, though.
Exactly.
Correct. That's why, at least in my sense, Shurikai is a very strong card because it's still an artifact. It does crew for 8, but the important part of Shurikai is its ability
It's like
that
it's
lets you
like,
draw cards.
and it's not a creature, so you can run a lot of board wipes.
Exactly. That's one of the things. That's what the reasons why I like Shurikai. So, for example, Lazy Boy. So it says crew 3. So you need something that has 3 power to be able to crew it, or a card that has 2 and 1. Or let's say
Or
that you have
1/1/1.
or 1/1/1 exactly. The whole idea is
Yeah,
that
also you can crew creatures with with higher power. So our 5/4 can just crew a creature with crew 3 that can crew anything lower.
Or let's put an example. Katsumasa the animator can crew aerial surveyor, even though it's crew 2, but it has 3 power, so it's higher, so you can crew it.
Have we had Merfolk Artificers before?
That's a moonfolk.
That's a moonfolk.
Oh, Moonfolk? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was Merfolk. I can't really see it too well from here.
And yes,
So-
merfolk artificers are a thing.
Let me see if I can just let me go ahead and
That's cool.
Aerial surveyor. Should I continue?
it's not letting me zoom. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So, aerial surveyor, our next card, 2 and a white. It's an artifact creature vehicle. It's an artifact vehicle, 3/4, flying. When aerial surveyor attacks, if the defending player controls more lands than you, search your library for basic playing cards and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. I assume it just says then shuffle, but
Yeah, it says and put it
Yeah,
into the
the
battlefield,
library
tapped, and
chunk
then
has been cut
shuffle.
out for a while.
yeah. And then it has crew 2. Just more of your typical. Let's try to give white some ramp without actually giving it some ramp. So
Yeah.
it's fine. Ramp isn't the problem in white. It's card draw.
So Katsumasa the animators, 2 and 2 blue, legendary creature, moonfolk artificer, flying, and has an ability that's 1 blue and 2. Until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature and gains flying. If it's not a vehicle, its base power and toughness, it's 1/1 until end of turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 counter on each up to 3 target non-creature artifacts, and it's a 3/3.
That's nice. This is not too strong. It's kind of just in the middle of the pack. It's just there.
Yeah.
Then we got Universal Surveillance. That I think that there is a card already like this.
It's
Probably a
it's not Blue Sun Zenith, essentially.
exactly, but it's 3 blue and X. It has improvise, so X equals to the mana that you waste or the mana that you have for improvise. You draw X amount of cards.
This
Huge
card would
downside
be
to this.
good
Yeah,
if it were an instant.
that's what I was about to get to. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
exactly it. But the only downside to this whole thing is the fact that it's not an instant, and that
Mm-hmm.
alone is just. I'd rather just have a Blue Sun Zenith instead of that at that point.
Yeah.
Then the
The last
next
two
card,
cards.
yeah. So Drum Bellower, 2 and a white, creature spirit, flying. Untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step. If I'm not mistaken, let me check this.
If I'm not
If
mistaken, that's fucking insane.
I still feel like maybe these cards were made for like Innistrad.
How
Because
so?
the like for the commander, because like that card, because the Millicent wants to be attacking, and this is a way to give it pseudo vigilance while also it being a spirit.
Hmm.
I don't
You
know.
mean the vehicle from before?
No. This spirit and the release to memory that creates spirits.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I
So,
see what you mean now.
but yeah,
Now
and the last card is Swift Reconfiguration. So
I
one
love
white.
this card.
Flash. Enchant creature or vehicle. Enchanted permanent is a vehicle artifact with crew 5 and it loses all other card types. This is stupid.
I want to target all of my stuff with it.
What do you
My
mean? I want to target
opponent?
your
No.
Lear. Lear will no longer be Lear. It'll be. It'll be.
Sir, sir, that's so much benefit. What are you talking about?
It loses like.
It loses all the
Archetypes,
Oh wait,
not
it doesn't lose the abilities.
abilities.
oh
This is insane. Like I would love to target everything I have with this. All of my things. I want to like bring it out of the sideboard in blue and just like
okay, no, I
mash it
don't like
into
this
my
card
deck.
anymore.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I just want to target my stuff. What my opponents? No, I don't need my opponents to have vehicles. I want all of my stuff to be vehicles because it's harder to target them. This is insane. I want to put this in SRAM for no freaking reason. This is great.
Oh
Oh
my god.
man.
Jesus, this is another funny moment. I love this card because this card has an amazing bit. No, it doesn't. It reminds me of that time of the land with Orengo.
Oh
Yes, he was
yeah.
so excited for the land, and then we told him, oh yeah, it intertapped,
It
and he was like,
understands.
ow.
This is like the other way around though. It's like, oh yeah, no, the card isn't that great. Are you insane? This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next commander
Oh, that was the last
upgrades
one. I'm almost sad.
unleashed. Yeah, that was the last card.
I'm almost surprised there isn't more.
Chichiro the Shattered Blade is Gruel and 2. Legendary creature snake samurai. Whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control, and he is a 4/4. Now, guys, your thoughts of the deck list?
I
I actually haven't
am
seen the deck list for this guy
disappointed
because
because
So here you go. I'm gonna pass them one by one, and that you can just see the cards. Okay.
yeah,
I'm disappointed. I feel like I understand the modified effect, but like I feel like this doesn't know where to go
not
because
at
it
all.
wants +1 counters, it wants auras and equipment, so it wants to be modified. But that's already a lot of three things, and you could focus on one, and that'll make the deck better. But as the deck comes out, it wants all three, or at least it does one mostly, which is the +1 counter synergy, and then it has a few artifacts
Wait, but hold
that
on.
are
Why
equipments,
does why
and
does
then a
this
few
one want it?
enchantments that are auras, and that's it.
Why does this one want it so bad? Because I know the main commander doesn't really care about having all three, does it?
This is the main commander, Chishido the Shattered Blade.
I forgot his
Yeah.
effect, to be honest.
The one we just
So-
read. Whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. And at the
Yeah.
beginning
I
of
mean,
your end
the
step,
thing
put a
is,
+1 counter on each modified creature you
it's kind
control.
it's kind of like the same way you just kind of like work around work with SRAM. Essentially, well, although SRAM is just
SRAM is
better
just
because you
basically
draw.
Cheerios. You just
But
use artifacts. You don't. Do you really use as? Do you really use auras? Very rarely,
I
if
do
any.
because I
Because you're
build
dead.
jank.
Because you're
But
yeah, exactly. But it's like if you're trying to build this, like I don't
yeah,
like.
CEDH, it's all like it's literally all
Not
just
even a C.
Cheerios.
It's not even a like CEDH. It's just like like it just doesn't work well.
Mhm.
I feel like it's this specifically Chishiro is just trying to be in three places at once and
Yeah,
failing at all three.
I think that the biggest problem here, though, is especially another card that comes up. I guess we'll talk about it. Like we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But you know what I'm referring to.
I'm so intrigued that there's only 6 enchantments.
Yeah, told you. And then
Well,
8
my bad,
artifacts, but
my bad. 5 auras and 1 enchantment.
exactly. And then we have in the artifacts we have Arcane Signet, Soul Ring.
Yeah.
And that means we have what 6 equipments.
Yeah, other than whatever the deck might bring, but I'm not seeing a lot of.
Yeah, there's 8 there's 8 artifacts and there's 1 2 3 4
And
5
none of them are
6 equipment.
none of them are like especially good. Like the Black Blade Reforge is nice, but everything else is kind of
Mhm.
garbage.
But let's talk about something interesting.
Here we go. It's one by one.
Besides the fact that we have Cinderglade,
yes,
Exotic
that
Orchid,
inconsistency.
obviously,
I hate it.
Command Tower, Game Trail, Gruel Turf, 2 Valleys, Opal Palace, Oran Reef the Vast Wood, Raging Ravine, and Temple of Abaddon, and 11 mountains and 13 forests.
Abandon. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Abandon.
Like reckless abandon kind of thing. I also thought it was Abaddon at first. I was sad that there wasn't something named like Abaddon in Theros.
I know, right?
But yeah.
There's a little like we mentioned
One teeny tiny problem. Just one small
Why
little,
2?
little error.
My
Why
question is
is
still there.
Mossfire Valley?
Exactly. Why are there 2 Mossfire Valleys?
Do we have any kind of confirmation that this was just like
I mean, they haven't fixed it yet, and like we're looking at the site live. And it's been a while, and people have noticed it. Like I'm not sure if it's like in the deck or
yeah, like I'm hoping it's just a typo. Actually, let's
If we
let's
do
just
the
run the
math-
math real quick. Yeah.
If we do the math, exactly. So there's 11 mountains plus 13 mountains. I mean, I'm 13 forests.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 10 additional cards. That's 34 lands. Wait, 1,
no, that's
1,
30.
2, 3,
There's
4,
35
5,
right there with the 2
6,
Mossfire
7,
Valleys.
8, 9. Okay, yeah, it's my bad. My bad. So yeah, there is plus 1. There's 35 lands.
Maybe they're trying not to spoil the fact that there isn't a second Mossfire Valley. It's a fetch land, right?
Nope. Like at least in like all of
I love
it.
John's face.
Everything
I don't know if John like
everything
froze or
adds
he's
up
just...
to
Yeah, I'm
like
here.
99
I'm
plus
back.
the
I'm back.
commander being 100. And this is accurate. Like in terms of the numbers, this is accurate. Whether Mossfire Valley is actually 2 of, which is wrong because I think like just if people haven't realized, Commander is a singleton format, and you can only have multiples of in very specific situations. And in
There's
this
only,
case,
like,
being
3
like
cards.
basic lands, cards that explicitly say it, and basically that's it. So non-basic lands are 1 of, and this is Mossfire Valley, a non-basic land being a 2 of. This deck is technically illegal in Commander.
Correct. It is illegal in Commander out of the box until further notice.
Yeah. So
Also,
we will know.
even with like excluding one of the Mossfire valleys, it bothers me that there are more like dual colored or like
Non-basic lands.
non basic lands than there is in the other deck. That kind of
The other,
inconsistency
but
bothers me.
no, the other deck has value in the cards. I understand that.
I just don't like the inconsistency. I really don't. Like
I,
honestly,
I
I
I
think that
understand.
if you're printing out precons, they should have equivalent like like lands.
You know
I
what they should?
disagree with that.
What Wizard of the? You know what Wizard of the Coast should maintain doing? Again, we have had dual shock lands reprinted so many times. Recent reprint was the Ravnica sets. And then in the commanders from Throne of Eldraine, each
The
commander brought a shock land.
the brawl, yeah.
So right now, shock lands are very, very easy to buy. You can just buy the recent set ones. They're not going to be that expensive.
hmm
And then the shock lands that you're throwing at Secret Lair, they're non-foil. So technically speaking, their value is pointless.
Yeah.
And let me refer with pointless, very
Hmm.
big and bold. Because I don't know why Wizard of the Coast. If I know that there has to be a guy or somebody or a girl or whoever that watches our podcast and be like, these guys, I don't know, either they have some inside information from the company, but no, we just wing it just to keep that clear. But if any is listening, if any of you are listening, just give us the freaking Shocklands. If the
I
product
disagree
is,
with that as well.
Really? You say don't
Yeah.
give us shocklands?
Yep.
am I back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
back.
we're back.
Am I
We,
back?
we heard most of what
Okay,
you
I'm
said.
Okay, so if you guys are gonna give us
JP is out here telling
$40
you
plus
to say he disagrees
commanders,
with the
just put
with
in
the
the
shockland.
Shockland. Shockland
I
is not
I,
gonna.
I disagree. And he's gone.
Yeah, like you said, you say I disagree.
Every time we disagree, he just stops. His brain can't handle me disagreeing with him.
Yes. Is
Oh.
that on my side?
And he's
Oh,
gone.
and
he's
he's
gone.
gone.
Okay.
Thank you, Liberty and or Claro. Let's see who's responsible for this one. But thank you, Liberty, clearly not the sponsor of this podcast. For further context, Liberty is the major internet company in this island, and well, this is the magnificent service that we
So
have.
I'll tell you why I disagree. I feel like the value of the like this is Wizards of the Coast is a company, and they're going to try to sell you the like they're trying to okay, you're back. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree.
Okay, thank
So-
you. Yeah, is that thing is just in case, just to give you guys some insight. So my wife is right next to me, and I have to charge my phone. My wife is right next to me, and she has T-Mobile, and out of the blue, she has no signal. And then out of the blue, the internet is crashing. And like Lazy Boy that says Liberty at its finest. We don't have
Yep.
Liberty here. We have Claro. That's the funny part.
Oh, that's even man.
Actually, I gotta give
really do
props
compete.
to Claro. Claro here in Ponce is really good.
No, actually, like getting way off topic here. For anyone listening in Puerto Rico, from my very personal experience, I have experienced excellent stability, like connection stability with Claro. However, the speeds are always garbage. But
Yes,
Liberty has the highest speed,
the highest
but
speeds.
the crappiest stability. Oh man,
Yeah, I know. It look, Lazy Boy says, "Oof intensifies."
Intensifies, yup.
Okay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
like again, it's really odd because I just told my wife like all day had no issues while being in the training. Like everything ran smooth the whole day. At night, down the drain. Like it's so sad.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Everyone gets
know.
on their gaming consoles
So
and on
let's
their
go.
Netflixes.
So JP, tell me why you disagree. I know.
So-
I
Okay.
tell me.
Let me tell you.
Tell
let me
me
tell you
why.
first. I disagree that these decks should be worth $40. I don't feel like
Okay.
the value is there
Agreed.
at all. Like at all. They should have been like the Kaldheim decks that were like $20. I think they did a survey that they were gonna like, oh, we're gonna do like the $40, or they were just announced that they were gonna do like the $40 versions, like the $40-$50 versions a lot more, because that way they give you more consistency in the cards. But where's the consistency? All of these cards aren't that good. Like and it's not even about like the specific value, like monetary wise, is like the cards synergize, like the synergy isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. Uh, so the reason I disagree that Shocklands should be here is because there's gonna raise the price even more so, because it's gonna be
Raise the
yeah,
price.
they're gonna
You
artificially raise the
think
price. Yes, yes.
for one card?
The cheapest Shockland is $12. The most expensive is 20 to $30.
Okay.
That one card is gonna raise the price. I assure you.
Why do you say that though? Like, what's your like your reasoning behind it? Is what we're trying to like get
What do you
comprehend
mean?
here.
It's an expensive card. Wizards of the Coast does not want to add like expensive cards, because look at what they did with this set. There's no expensive cards in these sets. Like in this
What is the
in
I imagine
Commander,
that the
and like
what's
in
the
this
expensive
Commander,
Shockland?
like what?
Which one is the expensive Shockland?
If I'm mistaken, is Sacred Foundry. It's like
Sacred. I'm checking right now.
I checked it, $28. Oh wait, that's maybe the version changes, but see, it's still $20. It's still
Yeah,
1950.
doesn't matter which
But
art you
did it get
get.
reprinted recently? Because
Yeah, it got reprinted
In the Secret Lair.
for the Secret Lair.
okay, other than that, did it get reprinted in like a commander set or something? Because I
No.
just still don't understand like the reasoning behind like why putting it in commander product would raise its price. I mean,
No,
it's just another
not the
card
raise.
getting
Why
reprinted.
would it raise the price on the card? It would raise the price of the general product.
Oh, so it's gonna knock down the price when they reprint it anyways.
I don't want to pay for $60, $70, $80 for a product.
They don't
Like
have
this.
to even raise the like the price on it because the price is gonna go down
Look at
because it's getting reprinted in Commander anyways.
Look at the trend. Look at it right now. They said they're gonna be. Sorry, if I'm not mistaken, I need to check the specific article. They said that they were going to be doing the $40, like the $40 Commander Mars, because the $20 ones didn't sell. So these $40 commanders aren't worth it, in my opinion, because the value isn't there. And adding a Shockland will increase the price of the product without actually increasing the value of the product. They need to increase the value first before adding stuff like like a Shockland.
I see what you mean now.
See, they like a lot of just the synergistic cards could just be in here that aren't that expensive. It's just just the way a deck can be built, and just seeing these decks, like like it's obvious
I know
one
which one.
is a lot better than the other, like
I mean,
by
but
a large margin.
to be fair, if they consistently printed out stuff like Shocklands in their Commander product, they're eventually gonna like hit the
But
freaking floor in value
but
because
look at
it's
this.
the same thing as Soul Ring.
Look at this. So I needed to check the price of the Brawl decks. So the Shocklands started coming out in the Brawl decks. So I'm right now looking at the Throne of Eldraine Brawl deck with Knight, the one that's for Knights, and it's still for $21 on opened.
What about
The
the Jund
knights,
one?
the one that nobody wants to buy.
Yeah, exactly. What's the price on the Jund one?
Jund, Corvold, where's Tulane?
Okay, give me 1 second. I have
Yeah.
Savage Hunger.
Same.
Savage Hunger is for $37.
The price of a normal commander. even though it doesn't contain the amount of like does Brawl contain 100 cards, right?
No,
It
Brawl is
contains 60.
it does not.
see it's
60
it
cards.
doesn't it's like it doesn't even contain the but it's the price of a normal commander. You start understanding what I mean. Other than like I understand those Brawl decks
Exactly. Corvold
were
and Tulane are freaking insane, though.
like Corvold and Tulane and Alayla. Alayla's really strong. I don't see I
Yeah,
don't see enough
I don't see.
appreciation for Alayla.
Actually,
But
someone
I know
mentioned they
that
wanted to build it
Tulane.
recently.
I know that Tulane. Only the commander costs a lot of money.
no, the commander got reprinted.
Oh, okay. So, Picham, what I said.
Yeah, I think he got reprinted in as I don't know where, and his price was dropped dramatically.
Okay.
That gives me some fun ideas, JP.
He's
Thank you.
$2.50.
On my way to
Jesus. No,
TCG Player right now.
no, Chris, stop.
I will build creature stacks once again in its former glory, and now I will have a proper commander.
Oh,
Avacyn
God.
Armageddon incoming.
But yeah,
Okay.
like you start
Let's.
understanding my point on like you add value first, then add a good mana base. Because if the
Yeah.
because you can play with a bad mana base, you can't
You
really
can't
play
a
with a
deck that
bad
doesn't have value.
exactly like.
I
So,
think
Yeah,
that
I understand.
a huge issue of like in both of these decks too, which I noticed, like there's a lot of the cards here that are freaking great, especially in the artifact deck. And artifacts, like big costs aren't normally an issue in artifact decks just because of how they work. But the other deck has I feel like has a serious cost problem. There's way too many cards that just exceed 4 mana in all
Mm-hmm.
of them, like both of the decks. And I don't know. I haven't bought a precon in a while, but usually the first thing that turns me off of like all of these sealed products is exactly that. Like they're really fun, they're really cool, but they're mostly super inefficient. I think that one thing that the vehicle commander has going for it is that it's a unique like mechanic that didn't really have much if any support before, and now we get all the support for it. So that alone has like it has a lot going for it. But then this other thing, like the other commander, which has, if you can call it a commander, it's kind of just throwing a bunch of jank cards together into a box and calling it a commander,
Mm-hmm.
which I could have just done that at home. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. This same deal. Like Wizards got to make some changes, and they do have to change the way they're approaching their commander products, because if they keep doing this, we're just going to keep getting the same pattern of like the
Let's-
one commander deck that skyrocketed in value and it's so good, oh my god, and then like the other poor guy over here is absolute trash.
what what bothers me and I don't understand is like last year we got 4 great commanders in Strixhaven. One was like 2 of them were kind of there. Like actually, we got 5 great commanders. 2 of them were kind of there. Like one of them was higher, better, but then the other one was like because the commander wasn't that good. But like all of them in general were very well built. Then you have the ones for Forgotten Realms, and all of them were very well built.
Yep.
Before that, we had the shitty Foretell Commander and the great Elf Commander. And after that, we had the shitty what's it called? The shitty Human Commander, and then the great Zombie Commander.
Yeah.
And then the Spirits and this Vampire one was kind of shitty again.
Yeah.
So if we're taking that into consideration, these are 2 shitty decks. We're supposed to be getting better decks later. So 4 or 5 better decks that are actually well built. And then maybe later we'll get 2 or 4 or 3 good well built deck. well built decks. So these are the shitty ones. Let's hope for the best later. I don't like that this is like this has
trend.
been like the norm, but
Mm-hmm. It happens, you know. So let's talk
Shouldn't
about the
happen. That's
cards
exactly the issue.
that are listed, but we don't have they don't show the art. So the first one, let's go ahead and call Collision of Realms. It's 6 and 1 red sorcery. Each player shuffles all creatures they own into their library. Each player who shuffled a non-token creature into their library this way reveals a card from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. Then put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of their library in any random order.
The randomness. Yes.
it's a board wipe that only gives you back one creature.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, it says if it's a each
Each
player
player
who
who shuffled
shuffled
a
non
non-token creature.
okay,
If you
there.
shuffled at least one, you get to do the effect.
That
And it's
sucks.
only one. It doesn't says repeat for each.
Eh,
Trenko doesn't like this.
no.
Unless he gets a goblin recruiter.
Yeah. Next card is called My New Battle Armor. 2 and red artifact creature equipment dog. Has menace. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has menace. Whenever Komainu battle armor or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, goad each creature that player controls. It has reconfigure of 4 and it's a 2/2.
So, for those who don't know, goad is a mechanic that says that creature has to attack if able,
Mm-hmm.
and it can't attack you if able. So, if you're the only target, it will attack you, but it has to attack.
Mhm. So good.
Next card being Kami of Celebration. 4 and a red, creature spirit. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, put a +1 counter on target creature you control. It's a 4 and a red for a 3/3 creature spirit. And it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
If
It's
this had
not
a
even
way to like if it had a way to like something like graft that when it enters with a +1 counter, or you can place that +1 counter on something else, that would be pretty interesting. But
Yeah.
it doesn't.
no.
Next card is Smoke Spirit's Aid, X and a red, sorcery. For each up to X target creatures, create a red aura enchantment token called Smoke Blessing attached to that creature. Those tokens have enchant creature, and when enchanted creature dies, it deals 1 damage to its controller, and you create a treasure token.
I like that.
I had to
That's
read this
fun.
card twice in my brain before I
Yeah.
even.
It's so much fun. I enjoy it. You really enjoy it. You just basically make everyone's creatures ping them every turn.
Yeah.
Okay, and if they die, you get the treasures. Okay, that's
Oh
interesting. That's
yeah,
a
no
really
wait, never mind. It's when it dies, it deals the
And
damage.
when it
But it's
dies,
still-
when it dies.
yeah.
Yeah.
When it dies, it deals 1 damage and you create a treasure.
That's still pretty interesting though. I like that. Like that a lot.
Now we have Aki Battle Squad. 5 and a red for a 6/6 creature Goblin Samurai. Whenever one or more creature you control attack, modified creatures you control attack, untap all modified creatures you control. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. This ability triggers only once each turn.
It comes down for 6 and I don't like it.
6 mana, 6/6. That's you go even plus side, so it's technically a good card, but it's pretty slow, and it's very conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm
Uh,
just not a fan of Wizards, to keep going ahead and printing slow cards because it's not like they're oblivious to how the format has changed.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Next card being Unquenchable Fury. 2 and a red. Enchantment Aura, Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature attacks, it deals X damage target to defending player, where X is the number of cards in their hand. When Unquenchable Fury is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return it to your hand. This is a good card.
Yeah.
Just with that last text alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oops, and it comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, next card
Yeah.
is one with the Kami. Is 3 and a green. Enchantment Aura. Flash. Enchant creature you control. Whenever enchant creature or another modified creature you control dies, create X1+1. My bad. X1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens, where X is the creature's power.
So is
Eh,
there's a
meh.
wait. Thinking of an
Yeah, put it in
enchantment.
a Hydra.
Keep going. It's like I'm thinking
Okay.
of a specific enchantment that will probably break the entire deck, but I think it's in a white, so that's the problem.
Okay.
Mm.
So next card is Tanuki. Transplanter is
My
3 and green.
favorite.
Artifact creature equipment dog. Whenever Tanuki Transplanter or equipped creature attacks, add an amount of green mana equal to its power. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana this you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. It has reconfigure 3 and it's a 2/4.
Correct.
I like it. It's
I
really fun.
I definitely love it, especially because
Galta.
what me Galta.
It
No, my friend. Omnath. Mono green Omnath.
You know what?
Exactly.
You know
My
what? This entire
what?
deck would have been so good if it were actually 3 colors. If it were like Naya,
mm-hmm.
Interesting.
this
Basically
deck
one color per mechanic.
basically, but it would actually work
Yeah.
because Naya would give you access to white, and it would tie in everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Next card is called Ascendant Acolyte. Is 4 and a green. Creature human monk. Ascendant Acolyte enters the battlefield with a 1+1 counter on it for each 1+1 counter among other creatures you control. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of 1+1 counters on Ascendant Acolyte. And he's a 1/1 for 5.
He's just big. It's big. I'll block with a 1/1.
I am a big dumb. That's
Then
all
we
I can
got
do.
Kosei Pennant Warlord is 1 and 2 green. Legendary creature Ogre Samurai. As long as Kosei Pennant Warlord is enchanted, equipped, and has a counter on it, Kosei has whenever Kosei the Penetrated Warlord deals combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards, and Kosei deals that much damage to each other opponent.
This is very interesting. This is one of
Fantastic
the
card. I
yeah.
enjoy it. It's great. But wow, fulfilling all three of those conditions early game. It's a
Impossible.
little yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next, the final 3. Concord with the Kami.
I like the
3 in the
name.
green. Enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, choose 1 or more. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature with a counter on it. Draw a card if you control an enchanted creature, or create a 1+1 colorless spirit creature token if you control an equipped creature.
But if someone board wiped you, you do nothing, and so does this.
Correct.
Correcto mundo.
It
I don't like
don't
it.
do
This card, like
shit.
if you notice, all the cards in this commander requires something like that. I could do the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it has I feel like it has no good setup. I don't know. I don't like this commander.
Exactly. Me neither. Like I
Can't wait
what
to
Chris
like
said.
I can't
I
wait
like
just for
Tanuki.
someone to
Tanuki's cool.
buy this deck and beat me to a pulp with it just to prove me wrong. I hope that happens. I hope someone beats me with this deck.
I hope someone
Out of the box.
tries.
Like out
I
of the
will.
box.
If someone tries to beat you with this deck, I will personally make sure to Cyclonic Rift him, just so he can never prove the point. Just so I can prove the point of how bad this deck is.
You know what? You know what? How about this? How about this? A better challenge. Whoever buys this deck goes against me with the Dungeons and Dragons commander that does nothing, just ventures dungeons.
It does. Excuse me. Wait, which one are you talking about?
No, like his personal one.
Hey,
The
Oh,
five color
mine.
one. That's
okay,
Dungeons
The
and
five color
Dragons.
one.
Like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'm still missing a couple of dragons because I wanna have like
Yes.
Tiamat. You know, have that little
You obviously gotta
DN.
have
The
dragons in
dragon
your Dungeons
portion.
and Dragons.
Exactly.
Yes.
Um, but does not have dragons yet. So the final two cards is Rampant Rejuvenator. It's 3 in green, creature plant Hydra. Rampant Rejuvenator enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. When Rampant Rejuvenator dies, search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of power of Rampant Rejuvenator, and put them on the battlefield. Then shuffle your deck.
would you look at that? Probably the strongest card in the entire deck.
Sad.
Because this card makes the lands you search for enter untapped.
Untapped.
That's it. That's all it's got going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got the last card is Silk
can't-
Guard.
It can't pump himself. It
Nope.
can't do anything. It just comes in with 2+1/+1 counters, and if you don't have anything else in the deck to complement it, it's absolutely useless. Congratulations.
So next and final card of this commander is Silk Guard X and 1 green instant. Put a 1+1 counter on each creature up to X target creatures you control. Aura equipment and modified creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn.
Meh. I guess it protects auras and equipments, but that's about it. That's the you can pay 1 mana to make everything you control have hexproof.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, not really, but it's like almost everything. If with the right amount of setup, which is a lot of setup.
You strained so hard to get through that whole sentence that it just tells me how unviable Silk Guard looks. It's like
Yeah.
just run heroic intervention. Just give me a heroic intervention
Just
reprint.
run
It's
away
fine.
from it. Yeah, I got a foil one today.
Nice.
Nice.
Solid. Hey, where'd you get
But
the foil?
God, like I can't believe that this it's like what JP said. Having this commander, this modified synergy commander, not having that modified synergy at all. You know, you have just a bunch of big cost cards. That's all.
That can't do anything on their own.
Exactly.
I really do want someone to prove me wrong.
So Lazy Boys,
No.
the whole thing's just super gimmicky. That's a
Gimmicky
pretty-
is honestly a like what's that called? Like it's a light way to put it, man. Like
You got it because you won.
No,
or-
I traded. Someone wanted a Nim
Oh, okay.
Death Mantle, like Luis, your friend. He wanted a Nim Death Mantle. I had an extra one laying around, and I haven't used that card in ages, so I just gave it to him, and he gave me this. Like that's the trade we did.
solid.
Yeah.
Solid trade.
That's great. So in all, I know that I have not tested the set yet, so I think that the set will be officially released next week as well in Arena. So I think you can draft, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can draft now, or this weekend you
'cause
can
They
draft.
were like, weren't they releasing it like on the 7th or something? Or was I like, am I crazy?
Yeah. I think the draft, you can draft this set this weekend
I'm
because of
open
the
up Arena
pre-release.
right now.
Okay, so so I really want to test out this set as draft format and sealed. I would really do want to test it out. Um, but my aim for is that buckle up commander. That's what I said
It's yeah, it's
since
gonna be the
the
good one.
commander was, yeah. So it's the commander that I really do want, and the one that I really want to build right now. Besides the fact that I'm building two commanders right now, I'm building Negan, and I'm still finishing up the Rogue one.
Ooh,
Um, but this next one, I actually do like it because one, it you can make a budget vehicle commander and not waste that much money due to the fact that you have a lot of cards already in this commander. Um, but again, I really don't like the next one. I do hope that this set brings a lot to the metagame on on standard, because the other format in arena, I forgot its name, alchemy, I think it's called.
Alchemy. Yeah.
For me, it does not exist. I really don't like it. I prefer hero. The other one. What's it
Historic
called?
as it used to be before they like
Historic.
also made it like
Yeah,
yeah.
you know. But in all, what you guys think? Final thoughts before we say our goodbyes. Final thoughts of these two commanders. What do you guys think?
I'm excited for the entire set of for Kamigawa, and I'm excited to see how the combo engine starts going off, and how everyone will realize that that card is really strong. How about you, Chris?
About it. I'm excited for this set because it seems really interesting. Just aesthetically, it looks amazing, and I'm excited to see vehicles go vroom vroom and to see anyone who buys that new Gruul commander get tortured by their friends at the table. And for all those blue players out
Yes.
there, remember there is such a thing as energy flux. Thank me later.
And then one more thing, guys. I am gonna come up with a new design for a shirt.
Oh,
Can't tell you guys yet what would it be, but I just saw it. I think it was a meme. I saw it as a meme, and I'm like, oh, that can be a shirt. So I will be I will
I'm
be designing it. I hope tomorrow, like that we can post it here and you guys can see it. But as well, I would like to
Yeah, I
just
think
have this set. Huh?
John, you there?
please.
You there?
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
I'm here.
Right.
I'm here.
Yeah, but
I'm here.
you were lagging a bit.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad. So the other thing is, the other thing that I wanted to say is that I don't know who posted it. I think it was Chris, but I am crazy to print out those Evangelion.
Oh yes.
The oh dang. The oh shit.
The
I
Mabobber,
forgot the
yes.
proxy, the props, the
Yes.
proxy cards. I hope that we can see more
Definitely.
of those type of proxies for this vehicle deck. I want to see Gundam stuff. I want to see
Heck
Power
yeah.
Ranger stuff. Because
Heck.
with the Power Rangers, we can build the Megazord, guys. We can build the Megazord.
Build the
Um,
Megazord.
so I want to see more proxies out there because actually, the one of the things that I love about Magic is the proxy community. Everybody's really great. I think, not that I
Like
think
the alternate
we
arts.
have, yeah, the alternate art community. I really do love the fact that we do have one episode that we collaborated with. I think it was like 4 artists. Thanks to them, we could use their alternate arts on the episode, and we spoke about the community. I hope that one day we can go ahead and have a chat with one of them here in the show, like that we can just see how that community thrives on selling these styles of alternate arts for Magic the Gathering, especially for the Commander format, because I know a lot of people use them more for Commander. So that's it for tonight, guys. So Chris, where can they find you?
Well, you guys can, as everybody else here, find me on the fantabulous Cardboard Cave podcast. You can very soon find me on my Twitch. I have been streaming some Dead Cells content actually as of late. I haven't been doing any new Magic Arena just yet because I am waiting for that new set to come out. but hopefully that will be in the near future. And yeah, where can they find you, JP? What's up, my dude?
You can find me here in the Cardboard Cave, but more importantly, where can they find you, John?
Well, you guys can find me at my social media as Real In Films. I do movie reviews, series, and much more. The new two reviews that are still in draft format because I haven't finished them yet. You can see my review for two series that came out recently on Netflix: Raising Dion, that came out this past weekend, and as well the Korean drama. I think it's called All of Us Dead, if I'm not mistaken. It's a really great two great shows. Raising Dion is based off a comic book of, like, technically speaking, how to um, take care and raise a superhero, because it's a little kid that has superpowers. It's a really interesting story. It's really fun. This second season was really amazing. I really did enjoy it. And last night I did finish All of Us Dead. It's technically speaking High School of the Dead, but not that much for adults. It's very straightforward, but it does have that feeling of Train to Busan and as well High School of the Dead. So it's like a matchup of both of them. It does leave you with a cliffhanger. So I hope that they do approve season two. So you will see those reviews on my social media soon. As well, here in the Cardboard Cave podcast, you can find me with the movie guy every Tuesday. We still don't know on Thursdays we're going to be doing podcasts yet, but at least every Tuesday we will be there talking about everything that we talk about: movies, series, and much more. And you can find me and Orengo at Subtitles Required in our podcast format. You can find Orengo. I know that he's not here, but you can find Orengo in Cinema's podcast. And as well, just Google his name and you will
He is a
find all his
filmmaker.
short films. He's a filmmaker, exactly. So I will see you all in the next one. So here's just a little small this is small little
Small
special
Message
message.
from our sponsor.
Yes, exactly. Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram, or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas.